Welcome to our video today, where we're going to tackle a common issue that many React developers face when working on their local project. Have you ever encountered an error message that says netERR authority invalid? When trying to access your React app on localhost using ATTAs, this can be frustrating, especially if you're not sure what's causing the problem or how to fix it. In this video, we'll delve into the world of CSLS certificates and ATT's connections to understand why this error occurred. We'll also explore the steps you need to take to resolve this issue and get back to developing your React app with confidence. So, let's start by understanding what's happening when you encounter this error message. When you try to access your React app on localhost using HTTPS, your browser is essentially trying to establish a secure connection with your local development server. However, since your local server doesn't have a trusted SSL certificate, the browser flags it as an untrusted connection and throws up an error. Think of an SSL certificate like a digital ID card that verifies the identity of a website or server. Just like how you need a valid passport to travel internationally, a website needs an SSL certificate to prove its authenticity and establish trust with visitors. Now, when you're working on localhost, you don't actually need to obtain a real SSL certificate from a trusted authority. Instead, you can create a self-signed certificate that's only meant for development purposes. However, since this certificate isn't issued by a trusted authority, your browser will still flag it as untrusted. To resolve this issue, you'll need to configure your React app to use a self-signed SL certificate. Don't worry, we won't dive into the technical details here. The key takeaway is that you need to create a certificate that's specifically meant for development purposes and then update your project settings to point to this new certificate. Another approach is to use a tool like netERR, which simplifies the process of creating self-signed certificates for local development. This can save you time and effort, especially if you're working on multiple projects simultaneously. To summarize, here are the essential points to remember. The netERR authority invalid error occurs when your browser flags an untrusted connection with your local React app. You need to create a self-signed ESCL certificate for development purposes or use a tool like netERR to simplify the process. Update your project settings to point to this new certificate. That's it for today's video. We hope you now have a better understanding of why the netERR authority invalid error occurs and how to resolve it. If you're still facing issues or have further questions, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more React tutorials and tips. Before we wrap up, take a moment to think about your own development workflow. Are there any other challenges or pain points that you'd like us to tackle in future videos? Let us know by dropping a comment or suggestion below.